Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Through Solomon Scott's selections here for Wednesday, March 29th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in hockey with the Kings team total over 3 goals at minus 115 on BetMGM. Kings had their chances. They had 30 plus shots on net, but unfortunately for us, we roasted the Calgary goalies for their overall season numbers, and Markstrom was really, really good. So the Kings only scored 1 goal. Once again, they were active, had chances, but Markstrom was great. And as a result, we picked up a loss. So look for a bounce back winner here on Wednesday. However, didn't really like anything on the card, both in the NBA or in the NHL. But luckily, there is another major sport that is starting on Thursday, and that's going to be baseball. You have opening day, which is going to be happening tomorrow. So we'll be doing a look-ahead play for opening day. We're going to look at a matchup between the Angels and the Athletics taking place on Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this match, you're going to take the Angels' first 5 run line, minus 140 on DraftKings, time recording of 2 a.m. on Wednesday, Eastern Time. So a couple reasons why we're going to take the Angels' first 5 minus half a run at minus 140. First reason, got to mention the starting pitchers here. And of course, the Angels will be using Shohei Ohtani, which is one of the best starting pitcher options you have for opening day. And we know how great he was last year and how great he looked during the offseason in the World Baseball Classic. And to go through his pitching numbers, 9 2/3 innings pitched, 1.86 ERA. Also had the famous strikeout against Trout to win the entire tournament at the end. But Ohtani looked really good in the offseason, and I think he should look pretty sharp here against arguably the worst offense in the entire league. And to go through his numbers against the Athletics last year, really, really good. Made 4 starts against the A's last year, 24 2/3 innings pitched, 1.09 ERA. He made 2 road starts against the Athletics last year in the Coliseum, 11 innings pitched, 1 total run allowed. So I think Ohtani should be able to pitch a bunch of zeros on the board, and I think the Athletics might not even score in the first 5. But there is a chance that the Angels could win this in a couple of ways. Either Ohtani pitches zeros and the Angels score 1 run and maybe you win 1-0, or the Angels tee off against the Athletics pitching option and you end up seeing the Angels score 3-4 runs, and Ohtani might have some leeway to give up a run or two and you still win. But to mention who's pitching for the Athletics, I said Ohtani is probably a top 5 option that you could have for an opening day starter. The Athletics probably have the worst option imaginable because they have Kyle Muller as their opening day starter. You might be wondering, who the hell is that guy? To go through his stats, in his career, 49 innings pitched, 5.14 ERA. Last season, 12 1/3 innings pitched, 8.03 ERA. The A's are starting a guy with an 8+ ERA last year as their opening day starter. And you might be wondering, well, he's on a new team now. He was with the Braves last year. Maybe something clicked in spring training. Maybe the pitching staff found something, and maybe he kind of turned a corner and showed something during the offseason. Well, the funny thing about that, to mention his spring training numbers this year, 18 innings pitched, 6.50 ERA. He's not a very good pitcher, simply put. And to go through some issues that he's had, he lets a lot of guys get on base. Last year had a whip of 1.7. He's had a big walk issue in his career. In 2021, he walked 20 batters in 36 2/3 innings, and last year walked 8 batters in 12 1/3. So in 49 career innings pitched, he's walked 28 batters, and he's also given up 39 hits. So in 49 innings, he's allowed a north of 60 base runners. That's not exactly ideal, and I think you should see the Angels potentially tee off against him, especially since it is opening day. That does mean one thing: the Angels do have their secret weapon who's available for once. You might have forgotten on the actual roster, Anthony Rendon, who has actually been very good in spring training. He batted .500, but to go through the projected lineup here for the Angels, really not bad, assuming that it's going to be healthy, at least for now. You're assuming Rendon's going to get hurt at some point, probably Trout as well, to be honest, but it's opening day, so they're going to be healthy for this one. But the projected lineup, you have Ward, Trout, Ohtani, Rendon. They got Renfroe. They got Drury, DH potentially Jake Lamb, but Miller's a lefty, so probably not Lamb. You got Urshela playing short, and you got Ohop. So you have some decent options there. Ward's a pretty good leadoff hitter who also got injured last year. You have Trout, you have Ohtani, Rendon, Renfro's got power, Drury's pretty good as well. Urshela was a pretty good pickup. They got a pretty deep lineup in general. The Athletics, though, might be the worst lineup in the entire league. You got Anthony Kemp, followed by Diaz, Seth Brown, Jesus Aguilar, Jace Peterson, Laureano. You have Noda as their first baseman potentially, Langoliers, and you have Ruiz. Once again, the lineups are not even close to each other. especially with Rendon and Trout and Ward and everybody who got injured last year being healthy once again. I think the Angels have the better lineup. They got the much better starting pitcher. And minus 140, I'm taking it early as well because there's no chance that line's going to stay. It's as close, the closer we get to the actual start of this game, money's going to pour down on Ohtani and the Angels. And you probably should see the first 5 run line close at 160, maybe 170. But 140, I'll get now because I think it's a pretty solid price, and I do think the Angels have a good chance of covering this line. So I'll take them to have at least a 1-run lead after 5 innings. Play that once again here for Wednesday, March 29th is going to be a look-ahead play on opening day. Going to take the Angels' first 5 minus half a run and minus 140 on DraftKings. Bye, everyone.